15x plus 18. Okay. Oh, darn, that first term has a coefficient. It's okay. I can draw two sets of parentheses. So I do that. Okay, it's okay. That first term's a 3, and there's only one way to get 3 as my first term. So I can put in a 3x and an x. It's okay. My signs are both positive, so I can put in a plus and a plus. So I can get all of this part of my puzzle done. All right, now I have to think of two factors of 18. And when I put them in here, I get 15 in the middle. Okay. Abby, tell me all the factors of 18 that I could try.
You could do 1 and 18, 2 and 9, 3 and 6.
Good. All right, 1 and 18, 2 and 9, 3 and 6. And it's just trial and error. So I got to figure out what would work. Abby, do you know what would work? Go ahead.
Yeah, 3 and 6.
3 and 6?
Yeah.
And where do you want the 3 and where do you want the 6?
I put the 6 in the first one and the 3 in the second one.
Okay. She did it like that. And it does matter where they go this time because this, has a different coefficient. All right. 3x times x is 3x squared. That's good. This gives me a 9x plus 6x. Yes, 9 plus 6 is 15. So you figured it out, Abby.
There's another one that would work.
Okay, what's the other one?
If you do 3x plus 9 times x plus 2. I'm not sure if it works, but I think it works. When I did it, it worked.
Okay. Oh, 3x squared plus 6x plus 9x. Yeah, both of those will work for this, and there is a reason why. That's good, Nicholas. Because there's something we can do with this one. We could have factored out a 3 first, and we didn't, but we could factor out, let's just go with the one Nicholas said. Nicholas, we could factor a 3 out of this beginning part, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so if we did that, it's going to be 3 times x plus 3 times x plus 2. All right, so I factored a 3 out of Nicholas's and just took it one more step. If I factor out a 3 from Abby's, I'm going to get the same thing. 3 times x plus 2 times x plus 3. All right, it's just in a different order, but it's the same. So I want to tell you guys something that we should do with this one before we even start. Okay? Before we even start on one like this, to make it easier, so it is 3x squared. I'm going to start from the beginning, plus 15x plus 18. We should always be thinking, is there anything I could factor out? Anything I could divide 3, 15, and 18 by, and we could factor out a 3. Okay. And then it looks like that. And that makes this factoring really easy then. Because we know we could set up our two sets of parentheses, x and x, plus and plus, and two factors of 6 that'll give us a 5 in the middle. And we get the same thing. All right, I'm hoping to have time for at least 2 more problems. All right, are you guys up for 2 more? At least 2 more? Okay.
Yeah.
We'll try this one that's in the book. All right, this is example 4. 5x squared plus 13x plus 6. So I'm going to see if there's anything I can factor out. And I can't factor anything. and I say, oh no, there's a coefficient in front of my first term. Then I calm down and say, it's okay, I could draw 2 sets of parentheses. I could put in 5x and x and a plus and a plus. I can get this far really easily. And then comes the part where I have to think about the factors of 6 that I could put in there like a puzzle to get a 13 in the middle. All right, so I want you guys to think about that for a second. Factors of 6. So that's either going to be a 1 and a 6 or a 2 and a 3. Where can I put those numbers in?
Can I say
Yes, Nathan?
I don't know if I got it right though.
Oh.
Again.
Go ahead, Nathan.
I said 6 and then 1.
You put in a 6 and then a 1. Okay. All right. So let's just try it. And this is what we do, trial and error. Okay. So 5x squared is good, but our outers are 5x, our inners are 6x. So that's going to give me 11. 5x plus 6x. It's close to 13, but it's just 11. But it's a good try. That's how we start. All right. So I'm not going to do that. Anyone else want to try something?
I said 5x plus 3 and x plus 2.
A 3 and a 2. All right, let's check that. My outers are 10x. My inners are 3x. So that's going to work. 10 plus 3 is 13. Okay, that's it. But Nathan, doing what you did is really good. You just try them and then you test them out. And if it doesn't work, it's okay. Then you try something else. Okay. All right. Example 5. 6x squared plus 22x minus 8. Is there anything we can factor out of that before we start? Let's see. Who do I need to hear from? Not sure. Gavin, is there anything I could divide 6 and 22 and 8 by?
Sorry, my mic was off.
Is there anything I could divide 6, 22, and 8 by before I start?
2.
Good, they're all even. So I'm going to factor out a 2. I'm really glad that we were factoring out that 2 because I'd rather work with 3 as my first term than a 6. 3 is prime. So I factor out a 2. So now I have 2 times the quantity 3x squared plus 11x minus 4. Oh no, my coefficient is a 3.
Miss Palmer, if that's always happening, like if it's always like an even across like all 3 numbers, do you always like divide it by 2 then?
Yeah, you could always divide by 2, but sometimes you could divide by something bigger. You know, in this case, just a 2. So I'm going to draw my empty sets of parentheses. Don't lose your 2. You have to keep bringing it along with you for each step. All right, so my empty set of parentheses and a 3x and an x. And now I'm thinking, oh no, because I can't. This is a plus and a minus. Okay, Emma, I think I see your hand raised.
Yeah. 4 and 1.
A 4 and a 1. What about the plus and the minus? Where do you want those at?
Well, this is the one thing. Like, I want it to be a -1 and then a +4.
Why don't we hear Mrs. Wetzel? Somebody have Mrs. Wetzel on in the background?
I think it's Gavin.
Sorry.
Okay. I thought I was just hearing Mrs. Wetzel. Okay. So I wrote it down like this, Emma, and I got a -3x and a +4x. So that way it's only going to give me
No,
a -3 and a positive. Other way around. All right.
3x minus 1.
Okay. 3x minus 1 and then x plus 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's try it that way. Positive 12x minus 1x. That's it. Okay?
Can you hold that up a second?
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
All right. The only other thing I want to show you before we run out of time, I mean, I would love to do like 100 more examples of these, but something I want to show you is on the next page on 535.
Then we wouldn't have any for homework.
That would be so great. All right, on page 535, highlighted, it says a polynomial that cannot be written as a product of two polynomials with integral coefficients. Basically, you can't put it into two sets of parentheses, is called prime. So I'm going to show you this one at the bottom. So write this down. 4r squared minus r plus 7. Okay, write that down. There's nothing I can factor out of that. So I'm kind of sad that I have a 4, but it's all right. I put my two sets of parentheses. 4 can either be 4 and 1 and 2 or 2. And this is a minus and a plus. I know my signs are minuses. And I need a 7 and a 1 for the end, but I'm going to try all my combinations. I'm going to try 4r and r. Okay? If I put a 4 here and a 1 here, that's a negative 4r and a negative 7r. That gives me a negative 11r. That doesn't work. All right. What if I move it around and do r and 4r? That's going to give me a negative r and a negative 28r. Oh, that's way off. Okay. What if I do 2r and 2r? 2 times 2 is 4. Negative 2 and a negative 14. Now, there's no way to factor it. It's called prime. So if you get one that you cannot factor, you write prime, meaning it can't be factored. Okay, let me show you an example of one above that. What has historically happened in my classes last year, the year before, the year before, the year before, I'm thinking of the kids, when I give them like a paper to do or a quiz or a test on this, they write prime, 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 like 10 primes on, you know, there might be 12 questions, 12 of these. They'll write prime for 10 of them. You're not going to get 10 primes, but basically they're like, if I can't figure it out, I write prime, but you really have to try all the combinations first. Okay. I want to show you what I have for you to do because I don't have you for class tomorrow, but I have something for you to do like for homework tonight and for tomorrow. And it's due Sunday night. Okay. So let me show you. It'll be in your Google Classroom.
Yeah, I saw that.
Awesome. Okay. So it's in your Google Classroom and it looks like this. There's 20 problems that you have to FOIL. All right. First, outers, inners, lasts. And then there's 20 problems that you have to factor. Some of them may be prime, meaning you can't do it. These last 36 to 40 are ones that you have a coefficient in front. So these are your new ones, just 36 to 40. There's 5 of them. Okay. Some of these may be prime, but don't write prime for like most of them. If there's prime, there's usually like 2 or 3 on the page, but not a lot. Right. I'll be available today, 2 to 3, and I'm available tomorrow all day. So you can send me an email and say you want to get on Google Meet, and I can get on and help you if you have a question. Okay. So when you do these, if I were to do these, I would probably do them on paper and take a picture and send it to me. If you can't do that, you can have mom or dad take a picture and send. And if not, you know, you
I wish
can
they-
type the answers into a Google Doc and send it to me. Okay? If you get stuck, let me know so I can help you.
Okay.
This
So what's our homework?
is your homework and your work for
Mrs.
tomorrow.
Palmer? Mrs. Palmer?
Matthew? Hello? Are you still there? All right.
The owner has the access.
Okay. So you can do this for homework tonight and you can do it for class tomorrow. All right. So this is your assessment on this section.
Should we go then, Miss Palmer?
Yeah, you can. I'm just looking at that. Yeah, you guys can go and have a good
All right.
Bye. Have a good
I'll
weekend.
tomorrow.
What's our homework?
All right. Bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
What's our homework?
It's in your Google Classroom. That work, the work
Okay.
as an assessment. And you have to send it to me, Matthew.